What is going on, everybody? We are back in the lab. Shout out to the Sorare NBA team. For those that weren't following along, we were in Indianapolis this past weekend for the NBA All-Star Game weekend. Went to all of those sick events. Got to hang out with Sorare John himself. Also met some of the VIPs out there. Shout out Lowell. We got YNWA. We saw all the friends, all the Sorare friends. We had a really good time. And hey, do me a favor. We dropped a recap video on our Team Hold Sports channel. I'll drop a link in the description. But do me a favor, just, watch it, like it, comment on it, leave it on loop. Make me big dollars, So go check that out. It really was a lot of fun. It was cold. I know the Midwest is cold. I know it's February. That is a cold month over there. But it's also cold in New York. 17 degrees on Saturday. Oh, God, it was cold. It was cold. But anyways, I appreciate everybody who followed that journey along. Go watch that video. And more importantly, for those that weren't paying attention at home, we got a victory. We got a victory. And you want to know why? Because I'm proud to be an American because I kicked George St. Ledger's ass. That's right. We beat George. We beat George in the Creator Sorare tournament that was happening. Beat George on Saturday for we picked the Indiana Pacers to win the skills competition. That's all we needed. That was 150. We Vince Cartered it. It's over. And then on Sunday, they're like, hey, can he go back-to-back? Can Mike Zakarian be the Mac McClung? Can he be the Dame Time and go back-to-back? And then we smoked Nome on Sunday night too, okay? So, sure. Did I win any actual real rewards? No. But pride, baby, pride. So shout out to Sorare for putting that together. That was a lot of fun. Hope you guys enjoyed following along. Also, let me know in the comments if you guys won any rewards this past week. I did. I'll be honest. You want a little honesty here, transparency. So I knew I wasn't going to participate on the Saturday night stuff. I did not realize that the Sunday schedule locked on Saturday as well. So I actually was on the marketplace because I needed to buy one more limited year 2 card so I could put together a lineup. And then I realized I couldn't submit one on Sunday morning. So made that mistake there. I did win a Wemby common, though, but commons are commons. But that was a good win. I realize I'm treating this like a live stream now as I'm sipping coffee in between, but that's whatever. You're dealing with it. Let's get into this week's Sorare because we're back on Thursday, February 16th to the 18th. So, actually, no, that's wrong. Oh my gosh. I'm not editing it though. That's just what the website says because I was looking at All-Star Weekend. We're back this week. So game week 34 starts on February 22nd, which is tomorrow. A little bit different than normal, right? Normally it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So that means in real time, I'm figuring out we need a live before lock tomorrow. So get excited for that. But we'll dive into this slate. Couple of things as we head on over to the Sorare Webby site. You're going to see we got a new contest. We get the all offense. We get limited all offense, rare all offense given away for the limited 350 cards, right? You can see that. You can also see 5 gift cards anywhere ranging from 250 to 25. For the rare all offense, it's 75 cards with 9 gift cards. So I just wanted to point that out. As always, just do me a favor as you're entering your lineups and trying to figure out like where to put the emphasis, if you will. Just pay attention to the rewards, okay? Because I think a lot of times people are like, yeah, I know there's less rewards, but there's less people in that contest. Now, that's, true, sort of. We're seeing the limited champ has 3,400 people in it already. The limited contender is 3,700. And then you see limited all offense is 1,700. But again, the difference between champion and contender is half of the. Actually, that's pretty close. But just think about it when you're breaking it down. So for this game week, you're going to see a lot of players have 3 games this game week. We got a lot of that because we're back in the second half of the season. Also, something to note: it's almost time, and maybe we'll use this for a Sorare Sharps episode or a Shot Take episode. But it is about time to start thinking about the playoffs. I was actually being like, hey, I need to go to some Knicks games. And I was looking at tickets, seeing how many home games they have left. Not a lot. We're at the end of February now. So that gives us March. And then the end of April, the playoffs start. So we're at the home stretch. I know All-Star game always feels like it's at the halfway point. It's not. It's more like the 2/3 point. So something to pay attention to as we head towards the playoffs. But that's a different show, Let's dive into some of this stuff. We're going to see some familiar names, right? Because caps haven't changed too much. Let's start with the Hornets again. Let's go to our guy Trey Mann. Trey Mann, who has been thriving in this new situation here with the Charlotte Hornets, playing really well. I think he still projects as a great play, right? You can see his limited year 2 card is going for $10. His rare year 1 card is going for $34. Interesting. He's got no year 2s out there. So people are playing our guy Trey Mann, but maybe we see some hit the marketplace as we get closer. So Trey Mann has a cap of 16. So it's slowly creeping up. But here's the thing. Projected for 36 so rare points. You can see right here his last 3 games since joining the Hornets. He dropped a 30 on the Grizz, a 25 on the Pacers, and then a 48 on the Hawks. I mean, you see that number, right, of a cap of 16, even in his worst performance of his first 3 games with the Hornets, that's still like a +9 on his cap. So we do like that. He also has 3 games this game week, 3 games. So fire up your Trey Manns. Fire up your Trey Manns. We're going to stay with the Hornets. I do want to go over to our guy, Micic, who we touted a bit in the first one. He had a really good first game with the Hornets and kind of did nothing after that. You can see year 2 for $6. His year 2 rare is $49. That might be sell. But Micic's last few games, right? So he has also had 3 games. You saw him drop a 29, an 8, and a 22. So I know that 8 was pretty disappointing. The 22, you're like, that's fine. We were hoping for more. You got to remember his cap is 10 right now. So even though that's not like a slam dunk home run, whatever the hell you want to say, he still projects for 15 so rare points right now. And again, they have 3 games this game week. So maybe we run hot with somebody missing a game or whatever. One thing to note, LaMelo's got to be back at some point, right? Unless it's not like there's a Wemby in this draft. So I don't know if they're just going to be like, we need the number 1 pick. I imagine LaMelo comes back at some point. And my guess is that would hurt Micic more than it would Trey Mann. So just something to keep an eye on as we continue to move along. So that's the Charlotte Hornets. I guess you could also shut up Bridges as well. I know Miles Bridges' cap is, we're not shouting out Miles Bridges, but as a good play, I know his cap is starting to get high. Come on, get higher. But he's still going to project pretty well. So let's keep moving. The man of the hour, Indiana's finest, Halliburton, now has a cap of 37. It's gone up 3 whole freaking points since his last time when he was already a good play. He projects for over 57 so rare points, which is very exciting. You can see as he's come back here that last game. Oh, this is the All-Star game, so ignore 60 and 53. But his last 3, game week 31, he dropped to 50. In game week 32, a 36 and a 54. So Hallie obviously is a really good play. I scooped up his limited year 2, I think, right before the All-Star break, to use it for the All-Star break. You remember the contest I wasn't able to enter because I'm a dum-dum? But Hallie's going to be in my lineups this week as well. I'm going to shout out some more expensive guys that we're not going to look at their price, but Wemby's cap now is 47. And Wemby is going to be, I think, for the rest of the season, unless the Spurs decide to stop playing him, we can start treating Wemby, as like a tier 2 MVP. So, we have, obviously your Giannis, your Luka, your Jokic, even though Jokic has like not been putting up the monsters, but you have that tier of MVP. I think we're gonna start putting Wemby in that AD category. Maybe it won't be as consistent, but we're seeing his minutes slowly get loosened. They're actually playing him at the 5 a little bit more, which they weren't doing at the beginning of the year. And that is just going to lead to just insane stats. And we saw that triple-double with freaking blocks the other day, right before the break. Also, he's the new ambassador for Louis Vuitton, and nothing screams so rare fantasy points like a Louis Vuitton ambassador. So Wemby is going to be one that sticks out, and he projects for over 62 fantasy points this game week. You got Maxey, who's got a cap of 38. He projects for over 53. So those 2 are like, and then Anthony Davis, cap of 54, projection of 68. I will say Wemby has 3 games this game week. I would say he probably sits one of the 3 and 4 nights. I don't know if they really want that on that workload, but we'll see. We know he's been playing back-to-back lately. And AD, that cap of 54, projection of 68, also has 3 games. LeBron, of course, in like true fashion, was like, I might be questionable for Thursday's game. LeBron's playing on Thursday. I wouldn't worry about that. But let's get back into some that we can actually go do some value hunting. Our guy, Jamal Murray. So Jamal Murray was dinged up before the All-Star break, but I think that had more to do with there was like a real ding up in one injury, but then he played the Bucks. They were getting blown out. I think they just decided to rest him. Jamal, you can see right his year. Let's look at his year 2. His year 1 limited is just over $12. His year 2 jumps up to 18. But Jamal, they have 3 games this game week. His cap has come all the way down to 36. He projects for over 51. You guys know I'm a sucker for Jamal Murray. So he had 11 in the Kings where he got dinged up, then 2 against the Bucks, right? And that was when he was rested basically for the second half. But you look at the performances before that, you see the 45, the 47, dipped against on a back-to-back on the 34, and then had 45, 54, 60. Okay, so I'm riding and dying with Jamal Murray. I like him a lot with 3 games this game week. We can stay with the Nuggets too. I had to take an L on this when I first got it, but because it was an L, he still projects well, and that's Michael Porter. He's got a cap of 26. That's all the way down. These caps are just too low. These are too low. They were benefiting from these blowouts. He's going to cap at 26, projects for just under 40 fantasy points. Again, 3 games this game week. Michael Porter Jr., questionable takes, but we're going to ride with him there. And another guy, we're going to keep moving along. Cap of 23. And I'm kind of curious what his prices are going to look like. I haven't looked at this yet. But how about Cleveland's Darius Garland? Darius Garland has a cap of 23, and he projects for almost 40 so rare points, just over 38. Again, they also have 3 games this game week. That's going to be a continuing trend. Also, we should plan. This is going to be a high scoring game week. All of these teams with 3 games is kind of nuts. So Darius, well, $20 for Darius Garland is not too bad. He's going to end up being a pretty solid play for the next couple of game weeks. You see here, right, 24, 27, the 25, the 41 against the Sixers is an outlier. Minutes slowly starting to tick up. I know that this has become Donovan Mitchell's team, but whatever. I think with a cap of 23 for Darius Garland, that's not bad at all. And then Evan Mobley's been kind of showing up lately. His cap's up to 34. I kind of wish that was like right around 30. Whoops, I did not mean to. Darius Bazley back in action, baby. Actually, let's see. What's Bazley's 86? Oh, yeah, because he barely has any. $10. Darius Bazley, somebody to pay attention to, by the way. Sixers just signed him. I don't think you should go buy him. But something to pay attention to. Anyway, sorry, I get distracted. Evan Mobley over here. So year 2, 14. Year 2 limited, $14. Mobes with the cap of 34. He projects for, I'm sorry if I already said this, just under 47 so rare points. But look at, I mean, pretty consistent last couple game weeks, right? So let's go back to 29, game week 29, 49, 48, 37, 34, 33, 49, and then 30 against the Bulls. So Evan Mobes, I'm with it. I rock with Evan Mobes. I like that one a lot. Let's do a couple more. Keegan Murray's cap, he's been playing kind of some bad basketball, so I don't really love it, but his cap's 22. And on bad days, I feel like he can get you a 22. So I don't hate that. Again, let's look at his year 2 at $11, which I feel like the shine is just worn off on the Kings. Although you look at his recent game weeks, man, 24, 16, 15, 20, dropped to 39 against OKC, 20, and then 11. God, I don't know, man. Actually, even looking at that, they only have 2 games this game week. Like comparing him to Darius Garland, give me Darius Garland. He's probably the one that I like the least so far this game week. But anyways, there's a handful of some values that we're going to be looking at. I started building some of my lineups already, so I'll show you what I'm rocking with here. So my rare contender, we got a rare contender here, Bogey, Bogdanovich, Jabari Smith. Andrew Nembhard's been projecting pretty well this game week. Quentin Grimes, if he's good to go, will stay in my lineup. And then Marvin Bagley, the tree, he's in there as well. And I'll just say I filled out my rare champion lineup before my contender. So my rare champ is where my marbles are at. So we got AD, we got Kyrie Irving, Michael Porter Jr., Bradley Beal, and then Trey Mann. I was kind of going back and forth whether to play Trey Mann in the contender or the champ. But I like in this champ that it gets me AD and Kyrie in there. And then my rare underdog. Wait, didn't I do rare offense too? That was weird that it started me all down here. My rare underdog, I got Bruno Fernando, Nikola Jovic, Micic, Amin Thompson, and Eugene Omarari. I got to find a new player for that. My limited champ, kind of excited about this one. We got SGA, Miles Bridges, Bradley Beal, Marvin Bagley, and Spencer Dinwiddie. Our limited underdog, we got more Jovic and Micic, along with Quentin Grimes, Maxi Kleber, Thaddeus Young. My limited contender, Şengün, Kuminga, Bruno Fernando, Nembhard, and Trey Mann. And then the pickup, look at this. Jokic, Wemby, Şengün, all in the same lineup. Sohan and Christian Brown. I thought I had a rare all offense. Oh, here we go. And here's the all offenses. For limited, I went Kyrie, Trae Young, Anthony Simons, Taylor Hendricks. Pay attention to Taylor Hendricks this coming game week. for the Utah Case. They look. I'm curious how they're going to use him the second half of the year. So just especially now that they're falling out of the play-in a little bit, kind of like Hendricks. They play the Hornets and the Spurs in this game week, so fired up. And then Cam Johnson there, and then my rare all offense lineup. I got Ant-Man, Devin Vassell, Freddie Van Fleet, Jordan Poole, and then Jaden Hardy. So that's what we're rocking with this game week. But as always, appreciate everybody hanging out. Do me a favor, seriously, if you made it this far, do two things. Drop a comment. Who's your favorite value play this game week? And then please go watch that other video that we dropped on our Team Hold Sports channel that's recapping the All-Star Game weekend. I want to try to do more stuff like this. So make those numbers look good, okay? We'll be back, I guess, tomorrow with a little live before lock. Totally forgot that we got a Thursday lock, but I love to see that. And because it's good, live before lock is on a Thursday, let's end with the live before lock video, shall we? Appreciate everybody for tuning in. We out.